Hi, everyone. Welcome back to ZSR. It's game one of Gymnast versus Jasnix in the Winners Bracket Finals, Skyward Sword Randomizer, Season 3. Wow. We're all going to pretend it's game one. Tracking, you have me and Joshy. Commentary today, we have KitKat and Sledge, and they will take it from here.
Thank you, baseball. Game one. Some of you who are just tuning in might be a little confused as to why it's game one, because didn't game one already happen? Well, I believe Jasnix's feed went out for 36 minutes, at least that's what I've been told. I kind of watched it on and off, and so unfortunately the previous game one was null and void. So we're replaying game one now, and yeah.
Yeah, fun fact for you, there have been 2 occasions in this tournament where a game 1 has been played twice, and Jasnix has been in both of them.
He has, yeah.
The other one was a tie to the second.
Yeah. Quite crazy stuff. But winners finals, Gymnast versus Jasnix. I'm sure both these runners need no introduction. You know, Jim, we all know Jim, pretty good Skyward Sword runner and just Zelda speedrunner in general. And Jasnix has been here for quite some time, been doing pretty well, and yeah, no surprise at all that these are the 2 faces we see in winners finals, and I'm really excited to see how they do today.
Yeah, absolutely. They're very experienced. They have been at the top for a long time. Both in vanilla speedruns and here. G minor, E. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, ready. We are starting.
In Thrilldugger. Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Love this entrance.
Volcano Summit, Sealed Grounds, Linearu Gorge. Okay, some fairly standard stuff you'd see from the Baron hints. E.T. I said E.T. Skyview, E.T. and Cistern. Pretty quick dungeons there. Could be on the way to a bit of a jet seed here, but only 30 seconds in, too early to tell. But those are some dungeons that have the potential of being very, very quick.
Do you all know what the Thrilldugger Gossip Stone was?
Chest and Shack was dead. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the always hints. There are some checks that are always hinted. You'll always find on Gossip Stones. In this setting, we have 2 of them, where we have Chest and Shack and the other one. I can't remember what the other one is.
Fletcher's Crystals.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. And they'll appear on two Gossip Stones. But yeah, both runners just making their way through Elden with the Claw Shots. Claw Shots is definitely not a bad starting item to have. Oh, yeah. In Elden, there's not a huge amount you can do with the Claw Shots in Elden, but there's a lot that you can do later on.
Yeah, Claw Shots is a great item in Elden, a lot more than Remlets, because now you don't have to use that long path that they're doing right now to the first rupee. If you don't want to, you can also Claw Shot the vines by the bridge, and also if you land at the east statue, you can get to the first checks without the bomb bag by Claw Shotting. Yeah, Life Tree Fruit.
And Gold Rupee.
Money! Yeah, Claw Shots in not Boko Base, Elden, are definitely more useful than they used to be.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So it's pretty cool. There is a chest pinging on the right. I will watch Jasnix do it with full attention.
It is pretty hard to see the pings in Boko Base, because it's all just kind of... I honestly, when I play this, I just wave my sword around and go, cool, something's pinging, and then just leave it at that.
All I caught from Jasnix was chest on cliff as pinging.
That looked like chest
and the
on
top
cliff.
2 ones look dead, but he didn't wave his sword around in the drawbridge area, so I don't know.
I think he just knew something was pinging and just left it. Yeah.
I think I saw 2 pings. Okay.
Bow, nice projectile to have.
It's nice for Mogma Turf especially.
Yeah, because Mogwai with practice sword sucks.
Gotta do the Skyward Sword rhythm game of doing rhythmic like practice sword slashes. Boge.
Yeah, for now, nothing crazy. Both runners making their way through Elden. Jim, I guess, maybe a little bit ahead of Jasnix. I don't know. They're both pretty close.
Both of their start locations in these two game ones have been very close to each other. This is deja vu right now.
Where was the first game one?
I believe it was like the exit from Mogwai up the air vent.
Oh, it was. You're right. Yeah, I remember now.
And there is an E.T. Keepy.
E.T. Keepy.
E.T. Keepy. I love saying that. Shoutouts to Pippi. E.T. Keepy is like my favorite thing to say in this game. Silver Rupee and Heart Piece. Okay.
Nothing too useful there, which is always quite nice to see because having to come back for those with the beetle is a little bit of a pain, but they won't have to do that.
Yeah. Going in, and we've got Ballad.
Pretty good. There's not a huge amount they can do right now with just practice sword, and without digging mitts, none of the checks are actually in logic right now because the island one requires the mitts to be in logic. But yeah, nice to have it open at least, but the runners can do the quote unquote mitts lock check if they wanted to.
Yeah. Both remembering to not clear the text too fast in case it's a song in order to read it, which I often forget to do and have to like speedrun reading it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I guess it is a speedrun, but it's kind of rough if you miss it. Okay, yeah, there's Jim checking the hint.
Yeah, I guess when I said Jim was ahead, I basically lied because Jasnix had checked the hint and Jim didn't. So
yeah, that was the entire difference between the two.
That was the entire difference.
Jim nearly soft locking. He'll get out, I think. Yeah.
Oh right, okay, good.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before, but I think you always get out. Eventually. It's like it happens like 10% of the time. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, interesting. Right. Kind of reminds me of the E.T. Big Key chest room in Wind Waker where it's like you can soft lock there.
Yeah, I've never actually seen that spot soft lock there though, so we should be fine for now. But I don't know. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. Can I just say I really like the Loftwing colors on Jasnix. The yellow with the I think that's black outline. It looks really good. This is the first one I've seen this. I don't think I saw it in game one. Or first game one actually.
Okay.
I don't know.
Top of Element dead. That's a nice one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Jasnix's Loftwing colors actually inspired me to change mine. They are really cool.
Yeah, Jasnix just kind of doing the typical sky loop that you would see, yeah, nothing too crazy. I think Jim will likely be following in Jazz's footsteps here.
Jim said no after saying, "Who are you?" Does that still like count? I thought you had to like see the little cutscene of the camera panning over the bamboo island. And
I don't think so. I think what Jim is just trying to do though is he's just trying to get a talk to Peter in, so he kind of like half does that Petrus check, which is it's something that I used to do quite a lot. Was just do that so that I wouldn't take the time to talk to Peter a huge amount. It tends to be done if you're trying to gamble that you won't end up doing Petrus, because if you won't end up doing Petrus, then it actually saves time because you have a smaller Peter cutscene whilst you're still talking to him, which might be what Jim is trying to do here.
Yeah, I just know that in order to do the Peter strat like there, I've always seen people like say sure twice and watch the little camera panning cutscene. So maybe he's like not wanting to do that.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it work without the cutscene. So he might just be talking to Peter and not doing the full strat, which is fair if he hopes that he doesn't ever have to do Petrus.
Yeah, I know Jim has gambled Petrus at least one time before in this tournament. So yeah, that would make sense.
It's a long check.
I mean, I don't know what's going on in his head, but I know that I've seen it at least once.
Jasnix with the toilet paper.
The other toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, and then we
Nice
see on
other-
Jim the other chest and shack hint.
Yeah, just getting always hints right now. Oh, nice, I like doing that as well. From Jasnix.
That's quite smart from Jasnix, because if that's nothing, I mean it was nothing, but like if he could see that early on, he would have done the quicker movement to sparring hall. So quite crazy.
C chart as toilet paper. You just kind of have to, you know, find the sand ship. Just kind of have to feel around for it instead of using the C chart. Speaking of sand ship, there's another bow.
The bow. Bows after the first one don't really do anything. I guess they give you slightly more damage, but the bow is pretty powerful anyway. But yeah, there's the other bow. Well, there'll be another one as well.
Doesn't really matter, but it is cool. Means there's more in the pool, I guess. We are 3 times more likely to get a bow with scrap shop upgrades on, and that is a bomb bag on 800. Oh no.
Ew.
Okay, another seed bleed moment. Bad bomb bag placement, I guess.
Yeah, bomb bag placement was like pretty bad. I think both runners got it fairly late last time.
Yeah, wow, that is gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. We'll just have to hope that the money isn't tight, because I think both of these runners would hate to lose a race on money stuff.
Yeah, it's never great when you lose a run on money stuff. Thankfully, we have found a few monies here and there. We got the gold rupee, and all of the wallets come preloaded with money. So hopefully, fingers crossed, money won't be an issue for either of these runners. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also want to say, because people mentioning it in chat. Yeah, like taking damage from accidental bonks. I'm pretty sure that's a thing in some renders. David's mentioning the Wind Waker Rando Plando seed, where I can imagine that it's a bonk and you just die.
Oh. Yeah.
It's kind of funny but incredibly infuriating. I feel like in this game it would be quite hard to implement, because sometimes you kind of have to bonk into things. Like
Yeah,
how are you getting into Petro's house without a sword?
Petro warp. That warp. Yeah.
I guess you can do that. Well, I thought. I guess you can do it without a sword slash. Technically.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the sea. Jasnix got a medium rupee. Wallet. Sorry. So
Medium rupee.
medium.
Yeah. And he got that before Beetle, unlike Jim.
Okay, he's still not able to pay for the 800, but he's closer to it, which is nice.
Yeah. This is a Beetle shop where you could maybe implement save scumming, but with a crystal on the third 100, it's pretty risky. So
Yeah.
it's a difficult decision. But you could. Save scumming the 300 has probably got less value because you know you're coming back for the bomb bag anyway, so you can't just full clear it.
Right. Yeah.
One trip Beetle Shop full clears are pretty fun. Yeah, we got our 5 crystals. We are doing stuff the other runner's done, but we're gonna see Waterfall Cave soon, I imagine.
Yeah, just because someone's asking it in chat. The game one, the first one was nulled. From what I hear, there were some technical difficulties, so they couldn't give the win to anyone. So we are redoing game one. This is game one, part 2.
Jess's capture card was not showing video for like half an hour or something. And even though I don't doubt that his win was perfectly legitimate, we just kind of have to for, you know, the rules of the tournament.
But yeah, so both these runners kind of making their way through Skyloft, not getting a huge amount of progression at this point. Like, I'm just thinking how much stuff they have left on Skyloft. So we might see something in Waterfall Cave. Honestly, we're probably going to see something in Waterfall Cave. But as it turns out, this the runners are already kind of getting a little bit stuck for checks with just Elden and Skyloft still in the open.
Five bombs. It's not quite what we wanted. Okay, Triforce hint.
Downwards, not bad, not bad.
Oh, whoa. I didn't know that dive was like a thing that Jasnix tried. I mean, he didn't get it, but like, I assume it's possible.
It's a very very rare dive to see, because very rarely do you go to the Waterfall Cave when you just do the Waterfall Gossip Zone, because normally you don't have claw shots on your first visit to Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Waterfall Cave was dead. So...
Interesting.
They got Paro's gift. Yeah, no, that was a wallet. Okay, Beatrice. It's time.
I guess you'd see. No, Petrus is a sometimes hint. You maybe not even get her hint.
We literally have nothing we could get from an Elden statue at this point, so...
I was gonna say Thunderhead, but no, we don't have swords or mitts, so I guess
Yeah,
it kind of
man,
has to be Petrus at this point.
I don't blame Jazz for doing Beatrice, especially since we are only on 5 crystals and it chains well onto Betro. I mean,
Oh
that's...
right, Petro exists, yeah.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Well, Jasnix doesn't have any crystals actually. At least according to his tracker, he might have some in his back
Jazz
pocket.
Exiting? Maybe Jazz forgot to talk to Peter. Wait, did he talk to Peter? Is he intending on doing... No, he's doing 5 loose.
He might have gone one way to Petrus and then changed his mind. He's cooking up something.
It looks like 5 loose to me, since he's sleeping in Oriel and Paro.
I feel like he must have got... Actually, we'll see how many crystals he has when he picks up this one.
6.
6. Okay, yes, he does have the 5 for that from Jim.
Yeah, so I guess 5 loose with claw shots isn't too bad. Better than with nothing.
Yeah, like getting 5 loose is not too bad, because honestly it's kind of on the way to Petro. You can kind of route it in quite nicely with a little bit of a detour. And from Jasnix's point of view, this is, you know, it's 2 checks, as opposed to just the 1 from Petrus. So yeah, I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I don't know which is faster in the choice between Waterfall Island and Light Tower, but I guess since you have to get wooden planks for this to kind of be speedy, I guess Waterfall... Never mind. I don't know. I have no idea. He's at least gonna get Pumpkin Patch though.
Yeah, I think they're kind of like a... I mean, when you're only getting 5 out of like the 10 that are on
It's 9.
Skyloft, you have choices, right?
Wait. Has Jess already got 10? Wait, what's he cooking? Is he going back? Okay, he's going back.
He's going for the Light Tower, yeah, right.
Might have... Okay. Yeah,
ideally at this point, you'd have the beetle, so you'd actually get the you'd get this one with the beetle over on Betro's side, but no beetle.
Yeah, and Jim following suit, which is fair. I wonder if Waterfall Island Crystal or Light Tower Crystal is faster with no beetle, just claw shots.
Thinking about it instinctively, I'd probably with claw shots, I'd probably say the Waterfall one.
Yeah,
because diving from the waterfall is pretty quick. Both aren't bad choices though.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Waterfall Island specifically because you have to get wooden planks for this to be kind of nice and fast. So that's, if you're getting wooden planks, then you might as well, since he was literally at the entrance to these steps here and kind of had to detour all the way to Light Tower. So Jim might make up some time here. Oh, okay.
Predicaments, right?
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
5 loose play not paying off for either runner. but they both did it, which is fair. So yeah, it was on back 5. No Beatrice, no 5 loose, no nothing. Just our last like easy location, basically.
Yeah, Dingman's it does it opens quite a lot of checks. It opens up basically the second half of the main Elden volcano, and also also that one check in Thunderhead. Technically in logic they could have got it anyway, but yeah, technically in logic now.
Yeah, I think the 5th chest in Magma Turf might have been pinging, though I'm not 100% sure on that.
I can't remember what was pinging in Mob Turf.
I'm like 58% sure. Oh, bat 50 is a crystal pack not required. That's hint importance doing its thing. So that tells us nothing about the rest of Betrow, but since it's on the final reward, it can be hinted not required, because, you know, it's on the final reward.
The Jazz is getting bullied by the boulders a little bit, but pretty good recovery. I've always been scared about those Bokos, but honestly, I don't think I've ever actually got like knocked down by those. The same way I'd get knocked down by. I mean, yeah, like the boulders are pretty evil, but for the most part, they just kind of, you know, stomp their feet and bring out their swords. But otherwise, they're just kind of pretty harmless.
I've gotten stomped down by those Bokos plenty of times. But they just kind of ignore you if you, like, just are a bit to the side or, like, wait a little bit.
they just kind of stand there, you know.
I don't know. The like, range of time where they're gonna actually attack you is really weird. That being said, though, haven't gotten anything from the dig spots really. Just that hint. Maybe a vanilla ET Keepy would make things interesting. Or I guess we've still got the Magma Turf pinging chest too. Yeah, ET Keepy.
Actually, yeah, if I get one more, then that's Earth Temple opened, which, given the current item set, would be kind of yuck, but it would be another place where, you know, you get some stuff.
Don't worry, baseball. I'm obsessed too. Yeah. Rattle. Yeah, I honestly think ET, like, open this early would be very refreshing, considering it's often late in these settings. I think it would be cool to, like, see how they react in their routing to that. Wallet in there, go back and buy Bomb Bag. That would be great. Still don't even have Goddess Sword yet, either. Oh.
Jasnix going for a little swim.
He got
hot though.
hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Happens to me with the party wheel chest and some other stuff.
Honestly, I feel like after that cutscene, the camera's always a bit wonky. So yeah, it happens quite a bit.
Jank cutscene. Also, I like the side hop into Magma Turf as well.
Oh yeah, that's pretty quick actually. I've always just jump slashed, but side hop works pretty well as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're going for the pinging chests. Chests, plural? I did not know that this one was pinging. But I'm here for it, honestly. We are going for the plural chests. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Still getting to a point where the seed could be a little bit locked. Oh, never mind, there's Emerald Tablet.
I was gonna say you might like you might get contradicted by the seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yes. Okay. So now we're not too locked because we have an entirety of Farron open, and with claw shots with like projectile, there's quite a bit you can do there.
Could get like a beetle or scale here or something to help with that Farron.
Actually,
Okay.
that should be enough for bomb bag now. Actually.
That is 800 rupee capacity. And due to our access to Thrill Digger, it is in logic. Now, money farming is something that typically never happens in these settings, but it is in logic, and it is like a logical thing to make sure that you always have access to the check. And Thrill Digger's one of them. So yeah, they can get the bomb bag in logic now, and they do not have a lot of money, so this might be bad. And also, they had to get the 5... Well, they were always gonna get the 5 crystals for mitts. Anyway, I mean, they could have skipped it, but, you know, they wouldn't have, so this is really disgusting money-wise right now. Hopefully get more money soon. Yeah, true. Jim does have a lot, so I guess Jim will be okay. Jess still has 200 to go. Yeah. I wonder how Jim managed his money. Oh. We got a Forest Temple statue. That's an interesting one.
Interesting one. Not good, not bad. You know, it's not the worst one, not the best one. It's pretty close to Skyview actually, so there's no no forward tracking you have to do there. It's just kind of hey, there's Skyview, and Jasnix is just going for it. Interesting. I think
behind?
I might be behind.
He's gone the other way. Like,
oh
I
right,
think he
okay.
was just opening it.
Oh, I was very behind actually. Yeah, it just jumped for me. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cause I was gonna say normally a lot of people will often wait for Beetle. I think Jasnix does have ding mitts, it's just not on his tracker. But yeah, I think
it does.
But yeah, Beetle, especially with all the rupees, Beetle is a pretty powerful item for Skyview, so a lot of people will wait, and that is what Jasnix is doing here. It's just opened it up to save time.
Okay, Jim back in upper. And, oh, he's gonna get that bomb bag because he has enough money, right? And Jess, obviously in his position, you would not want to try and get money when you're 200 rupees short, so yeah.
Yeah, grinding 200 rupees is a pretty tall order in Skyward Sword, at least in these settings.
Also, Jess has had this watermelon stamina. Oh, that just gone for like 40 seconds.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, that's good for Jim, because Upper Bombable was also pinging, so even though Jess, like,
right,
might be ahead for now, I think that could change easily.
We'll see what's... we'll see what's there, I think, and if it's something really useful, then that's going to be a bit of an advantage for Jim there.
Yeah. Beetleless Farron is not ideal, but you can peek basically everything, so it's quite interesting, honestly.
I can't tell if that was a key piece or a sword or something else, but that was something on one of the branch chests on... Oh, the branch checks on Great Tree.
I saw nothing, honestly.
And just a red rupee on the other one. Okay, so... Maybe something. I don't know. Hard to tell.
There's our Tringle, supposedly. We also did get that caves path to Coloctos. Which is narrowed down to scale or whip at this point, pretty much. Unless there's like... Yeah, no. I guess there's technically hook beetle logic for the boss key chest, but I haven't seen that in, like, yonks. I haven't seen that.
In which dungeon?
Like, for AC boss key chest, looking at the tracker, it's...
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's if you go the normal way in logic.
Yeah.
Because the normal path through the dungeon, for the basement, requires that.
Also, Rupee and Lava Tunnel bottle not required.
Interesting. Bottle's not being required. Required check.
Yeah, could mean a key piece on Oriel. Could mean bottles give you nothing. Holy. Gus Bellows required and one other on Bin's trial.
Alright, so Mono True for Gym. We'll see what's here. If it's something useful, then that is a good thing for Gym. If it's nothing that important, if it's like a bottle, then we'll see. But yeah, cutting the grass around pretty nicely.
Yeah, that was that deserves that is an applaudable practice sword Erla.
Okay, Song of the Hero not required. Okay.
This played out well for Jasnix, but he was in a little bit of a stickier situation than Jim was.
Yeah, I mean, Jasnix is still probably losing a little bit of time there because he's probably gonna want to get that check at some point. He's probably gonna backtrack to it, which that will lose him some time. But thankfully, it's not for Jasnix's sake. For Jasnix's sake, thankfully, it's not something that's massively important. Girahim 1 to Skyview. Well, I guess Skyview. I don't remember how the order goes. Either way, there's something interesting in Skyview.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a beetle.
We can do.
Could be scale. Could be scale if the game's really
it could be
evil.
Definitely. We can do at least the first 4 checks. Out of logic.
Yes, we can.
Logically only 2, I guess. But we know that we can do we can bypass the scale logic and just get the dig spot. Yeah, so it could be Beetle Lock Beetles. Could be scale. Either way, I think that's pretty big, honestly. That definitely will push them to go to Skyview soonish if we don't get anything else. But Jasnix going for East Island now, which I don't dislike.
Yeah. It's one check you can get there, and also a hint stone as well in Thunderhead. If you're someone who really likes to prioritize hint stones, absolutely not a bad idea to get.
Yeah. It is a double dip, but it's a nice double dip.
Scaldera, Elvolkinder Scaldera.
Oh yeah, lot less risky than going into a dungeon without being able to necessarily complete it. What is that up there? That Jim peaked. Was that a slingshot?
It's what Jasnix peaked earlier. I can't quite make out what it is. I thought it was either a sword or a key piece the first time.
All I remember is talking about ETKP in Elden, so it must have been.
Yeah, ETKP was in Elden, so that'd be the Scaldera patent.
Not going for 30, just gonna go for the Skyview path. Okay. Which is fair, because his money is, not money, because it is kind of an orphan check. Kind of isolated on its own. Jim's gonna do a fence hop, though. As well.
Yeah, it's muddy. It might be a sword on the tree. It's honestly hard to see from either runners. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they get when they get Beetle, which might be in Skyview if the hint is nice-ish to us.
Yeah. So Jasnix managing to get that crystal without hitting the barber. Let's go. Also, did Jasnix peek the rupee in Floria with the claw shots? Because they can do that with the claw shots.
I
Floria, if they want.
don't think so. I didn't notice he did it. Okay, Din's power required something. I didn't quite see what that was.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
Jim's end.
Ghost Bellows and one other item. I caught that from Jasnix.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, I must have missed that on Jazz's end.
Which is interesting, because we don't need Ghost Bellows for our dungeons. So, maybe you could Din's Trial RBM. It'd be a commitment, but you could, potentially. Though, seems like the seed wants you to go to Skyview right now. Okay.
Beetle,
yeah.
there we go.
So, all we need is a sword to finish.
Right, yeah. The only dungeon you can complete with Practice Sword is the Lanayru mining facility, and I guess Skykeep, technically. All the others, you have to hit Goddess Crests to finish, and they all require the Goddess Sword. So, neither runner will be able to finish Skyview right now. Jim is also going to Skyview right now. So yeah, they can only do so much in this dungeon. Jasnix might be leaving, actually. No, he's saving.
Oh,
Okay.
he's a bit warping.
I would be surprised if he was leaving, because given how, given that he knows he can't beat the dungeon right now, at least with his current item set. But he's doing the opposite of what I'm saying and going straight, even deeper into the dungeon, which is very fair.
He can guaranteed get that small key on Tree Branch, which will send him deeper into the dungeon with Beetle, and he'll be able to get basically everything except Strike Crest. So yeah, makes sense, I guess, if he not orphaned, like deduced that was a small key. Yeah. I don't know how much faster it is though, or if it's faster at all.
Jim, on the other hand, is getting the chest here.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to say that this is pretty quick on Jim's end. Both aren't too slow though.
Yeah, I don't think if Jess's way is going to be faster, I don't think it's going to be that much faster, honestly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's at least a small key skip. So that will be nice.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Back in time, as powerful as it is, it does take time to activate, which is why it's not seen all of the time. It's only seen like really some of the time when it's useful, and it's actually why it's like a lot of seeds are actually just no bit, because all the time, you know, back in time was just so slow that you might as well try and find the item instead.
Yeah, back in time do be taking time. The coolest way to small key skip in Skyview is definitely the hook beetle methods, I would say. I really like those. But we get to do it for free with the bit warp.
H. Jasnix now playing the rhythm game with that Boko.
Goodbye, Green Boko. Oh my gosh,
Both
we
getting-
just summoned an H wall.
Both getting this check at the same time as well, so runners basically holding hands.
Yeah, there's like, what, the bit warp saved him. I guess the bit warp might have saved him time, looking at this comparison, But Jim
Maybe a
did
lot,
enter
yeah.
later, I guess. No, Jim entered later, I think. So yeah, I don't know. Probably equal because Jazz gets to small key skip and Jim doesn't, and yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Jim does actually have to get the small key here that Jazz was able to skip, so I guess I'll also factor into the time as well.
I do know that Jim entered after, so oh god, practice sword Stalfos. Jazz
Oh, boy.
probably like knows the optimal way of doing this, or he's just making it up. I don't know. I think that was beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of this is like, at least a decent amount of it is going to be down to stamina management, because if you just keep spin attacking, you'd very quickly not be spin attacking anymore.
Slash a bit, slash into its guard, block with the shield, and then repeat in a specific way. But if I have the practice sword, I kind of just make it up and just go like, you know, if I have enough stamina, I spin attack. If I don't, then I don't, and I just repeat. Alright, I really want to know if there's gonna be... Never mind.
Oh, got a sword.
I
Wow.
was gonna say, are they both gonna decide to do practice sword G2 or no? And like, I was wondering if there was gonna be any divergence, but nope. Skyview full player with the items inside.
That's a very convenient sword. Yeah, so, okay, so now both runners should be able to beat Skyview.
Oh, that's a nice utilization of the shield. I should take notes. I always just am used to backflipping that, honestly. With the Staldras.
Oh yeah, especially if you like used to like the shieldless strat to that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jasnix with Goham 1 only has Goddess Sword right now, which is better than what he had 5 minutes ago, but still a little bit slow. And actually doing this with Practice Sword actually might not be a great idea, because again, you can't beat the dungeon. And what's actually a weird quirk about Skyview is because it's got like multiple layers, so if Jasnix were to come back to here with Scale, having completed the Goham fight, he would then have to complete the 3 Stalfos fight, because that's the boss of Skyview 2. So that would actually lose him more time. So so here choosing to do also H by the way, choosing to do Goham 1 with Practice Sword is a little bit more than just it's slow. It can be way slower if you get unlucky with item placement.
Yeah, and you've also got the Rupee on Spring Pillar, so it's risky.
Yeah, Amber Tablet.
Hog.
Yeah,
Jim
no,
should get slapped. Goham can slap you. That is a thing.
yeah,
And I think it's amazing.
yeah, it's a phase 1 sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just with more than enough money to get the bomb bag now. I think it's so in character for Goham to just slap you if you like get it wrong. It's like, no, that's not how you do it, idiot. Like, it just slaps you across the face.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
The Goham, the G1 attacks iceberg explained. The rabbit hole never ends of G1 attacks. Yeah. That would be a very, very niche video that I would watch, I guess, because I do like me some Skyward Sword. Yeah, so yeah, Jess is gonna get his bomb bag, and this is going to kind of make up for the time that Jim appeared to be behind. Yeah, I like Skyward Sword. I know, it's crazy. To be honest, probably pretty rare. I bet most people, coming to this restream might just hate it. Just watching out of spite. Yeah, no. Skyward Sword is very fun.
Game good.
Game good. You know what? That's a great quote. Game good. That's all you need to say, honestly. Jim is getting the rest of the beta lock checks in Farron because one of them was a Triforce. And I guess Jas is just gonna leave it for later. Hit Kit bar. Kit Kat. I do like Kit Kats.
I feel like I'm like obligated to say that I like them, but I think they're right.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, sledging isn't like my favorite thing ever, but it is fun. If you don't crash.
True.
Okay, so Hollow Tree Branch was actually Cave's key. So maybe Jas should have backtracked, now that I think about it. Yeah, true. There's another sword.
Longsword.
So I guess Great Tree Branch was like a slingshot or something. Since Jim didn't, like, go back to warp there.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, I can imagine the runners got a better look at it than we did.
Or maybe he's gonna warp there when going to Lake Floria. I don't know. It was probably not something they needed.
We'll see what the runners end up doing.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, routing advantage for Jim in Lanayru with Cave's Key. Sea Chart was in Sparring Hall, but we don't need it, so it's not relevant because we don't have Sandship. It was one of them. Maybe it was Goddess statue. Ah, Sparring Hole was the bow, you're right, yeah. My apologies. It was Sphere Zero Upper Skyloft stuff. I should say. Oh, sorry, Boge.
Another sword.
Another sword and fire node that I guess Jas didn't get.
Looks like it.
Huh, I wonder why he left fire node.
Might have planned to get it at some point later.
Maybe death warping.
Could be, yeah.
But lightning node's right there, so it doesn't make much sense. Okay, well I guess it paid off. Okay, never mind. if the back chest was pinging, then I guess if the back chest was pinging, that's an advantage. Alright, Jas, alright. Yeah, he's going back. Alright, now I get to see if the back chests were pinging, unless he already pinged it. Okay, they are. So yeah. That is an advantage for Jasnix, I suppose.
Yeah, and I guess in a sense it kind of equals out the advantage that Jim had with the bomb bag. So
Yeah, and
so yeah.
and now the caves key. I still think the caves key on Jim's side could be big for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Remind me where Cape's key was again?
Hollow Tree Branch?
Oh right, yeah. Sounds about right.
Synced crystals, except they're different ones. Wait,
Hell yeah.
was that both chests pinging, or was that just that one? I thought
I think it was
saw...
just that one.
Okay.
It's hard to tell when it's like from a distance. Okay, white sword for Jazz.
I trust Jazz more than I trust me, so. And Farron Trial is dead. Yeah. Barren Silent Realms do be pretty common. Which makes the comprehensive hints nice, honestly. They work really well, in that regard. And in a lot of other ways too. Joshy, we have Spiral Charge at home. And by that I mean, boat in Sansi, maybe? Perhaps?
Scale.
Or Scale, that
On
works.
Jazz end.
I don't think that... Well, I guess Scale makes you spin in the water, so I guess that is Spiral Charge at home. Spiral Charge at home. Weeping in? Okay, first time shift and first landing? In mines?
I'm not quite sure exactly what it was, but I did see some pings. Not sure exactly what it was.
Yeah. Honestly fair. Like, you do that ping, you're not... You might not always be looking to know which chest. It's just like, I see ping, I go. Yeah, since it seemed far away, I want to say first time shift stone, since the end of mine might be like... Oh, that was two. End of mine and first time shift stone. Whoa. Yeah, dang. Okay, that's an interesting mine pinging thing. Only statue chest is dead, I think. I think. Yeah, dang, stacked. Yeah, this is very close. They are literally in the same room right now. And they've done basically the same things.
Yeah, very, very close.
And we're like, I have to realize, like, we are 55 minutes in. There was one Mini Blins restream where the run is finished 5 minutes after this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, this is a little bit longer than Mini Blins. Maybe like what, double length on average. Maybe just under that. It's like
I mean,
two hours.
Yeah, let's say for these runners, probably average at about like 2 hours.
Yeah, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, depending on the seed.
Yeah. Sub 2s are plentiful. Yeah, 1.5 would
Yeah,
be...
yeah, about that, yeah. Yeah, Mini Blins is about just over an hour.
Yeah, like 1.6 or something. Oh my gosh, synced brake slides.
Synced brake sides, yeah.
Oh, we warp in? Oh, I guess Jess doesn't have Cave's Key, right? On a hollow tree branch. Yeah, I'm glad it was as satisfying for the people watching as me, and that you also got the synced brake slide experience. So honestly, I think this is the point where maybe Jim takes the lead. Because Jim has got Cave's Key. But Jas could very easily go Floria into Sistan and just get it on the way. So, yeah, I don't know. He's going for Thunderhead though. So, honestly, even though that Cave's Key could be good for Jim, and he can do a lot of Sansi, Jas has a lot of other options. Yeah. Thunderhead and Farron at this point will be more check dense than Sansi, and you can chain the Cave's Key into Floria and Sistan. So I definitely get either side here. But Jim, I guess, has to go back into Fire Node, so he's gonna use the end of mine to get here. So maybe he's not gonna do Sansi because of how this routed. Otherwise, he might have, honestly. But who knows? Sansi is an interesting region.
Pretty interesting assortment of items from Jasnix's end. There's a beetle and a pouch and something else that I can't remember.
Yeah.
But there was stuff.
We got things.
We got things.
Yeah, insect cage, true. I literally, like, made a note in my head, like, yep, got insect cage, and then just didn't talk about it. This is yeah, that thing from Jess.
Yeah.
I need to pay more attention to the items. I'm like, yep, that's that item.
Item, yeah.
He got
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, it was the Song of the Hero part that wasn't anything useful. So again, didn't lose Jasnix too much time, but yeah, I still had to go back and get it anyway. But yeah, Jim now sleeping today. I guess just doing the rest of Beetle. And yeah, Jazz getting the KFC. So honestly, at this point, I think like at least for Jasnix, definitely kind of doing that backtracking of all of Jim's stuff. Again, not gonna lose him too much time, but it's you know, backtracking. A backtrack is still a backtrack either way. So yeah.
Yeah, Jim will have to go. Well, Jim is gonna go Floria. Oh,
Now the sword in Jim's end. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the sword that Jim needs. There's one more in the pool. There is the true Master Sword, but we just need the regular one to open the thing.
We good on swords. Yeah, Jim's gonna well, I mean, I imagine Jim's gonna go Floria at some point in this seed. So honestly, pretty nice chain for Jasnix. Doesn't have to go out of his way for that Cave's Key this seed. Money.
Hop on Jasnix end.
Yeah. Honestly, whilst I can't exactly relate, I could definitely imagine that some parents would want to give 300 monies just to get some sleep. Because of their baby. Yeah, happy 1 hour, everyone. We are 2 minutes late, but thank you so much for Baseball, the restreamer, and everyone who volunteered for the previous race, the Void race, and KitKat for commentating alongside me, and the 2 trackers, who are Joshi and Baseball.
Yeah, thank you to my co-commentator Sledge for joining me and talking about this pretty cool race we have going. Oh, Jazz with the bonk there. Yeah.
I love when a bonk like recoils you down somewhere.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah, I love yapping, so yeah, it's great.
Okay, Jazz. Okay, yeah, Jazz going into Cistern. Jim didn't go into Cistern, I don't think.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
Okay, so this is the first time we're seeing Cistern. Right, cool.
Yeah, so I guess Jazz is back to having the advantage a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like in general in this game you don't want. Okay, there's the boss right there. In general, you don't really want to double dip dungeons because there's often a lot of backtracking in dungeons. There are, I guess, some light exceptions to that. If you are going to double dip any dungeon, I feel like you'd really want to double dip Cistern because it's a very central dungeon. Like the first room is like the middle of the dungeon, and also just with the scale, it's actually very check dense. Jazz was already able to get 2 checks, but he's going to get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 checks here, just in the east part, thanks to Rupee Sanity being somewhat on. So yeah, very check dense area, even if you can't complete it. And backtracking here is not too bad.
Yeah, honestly, double dipping system like barely hurts at all. Like, especially in settings like Season 3 where you'll have to make awkward decisions. System is often like near the top of like good areas to do, even when you're dipping it with just scale. It's got very good density. The cost of double dipping is like barely anything. It's really good. For sure. Yeah. You can skip. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say that. It's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, you can skip one of the small keys, especially with system clip, which is a randomizer trick that you'll see people do because we're on the NTSC 1.0 version. And also claw shots as well. You can do some funky routing, which means you only just need to get one of the keys.
Yeah. You can skip both of them, though. Skipping both of them would kind of be a time loss in some cases. In a lot of cases where you have whip, you kind of just might not need to do system clip for key lock chest. But yeah, if you have claws, then you're kind of just good as long as you have like one. Because of the vine clip that you can do. Yeah, Harp was in Floria. It was in the big boulder room.
Jazz is also now using his harp to enter into the Elden Troll here. I believe there was a Gust Bellow and another hard required, or I guess logically required, should I say, item here. So we'll see. We'll see what is here.
I think you're right. This has got to be Nehru's with a heat beast.
Interesting.
So Jim, interestingly, he has scale and he can do all of that stuff. But he is going for Sansi, which is pretty cool because we get to see some divergence. So yeah, what is so required about this Gust Bellows? Because it's kind of like item on Bird's Nest, Gorge Digging, Malara, Chest on Cliff was pinging. Oh, it's probably that.
Interesting.
Or
Yeah, because given the dungeons that we have here, you wouldn't have really thought that you would need Gust Bellows unless, you know, something like Chest on Cliff in Boca Base was pinging.
Oh yeah, Gorge is dead.
Yeah, Gorge, Summit, and somewhere else. I can't remember what the Barons were. Showgrounds, there we go.
Yeah, Chest and Shack is dead. I'm pretty sure. Dead skippers, so this will not cost Jim any backtracking time at least, so that's good for him.
Yeah, that's also pretty good. Yeah, especially because he's going here without whip, which is always like an interesting play. Especially it's just weird weird when you're in the situation because you do just hope that skippers is nothing. If skippers is nothing, which is the situation that we find ourselves in, then we're absolutely fine.
Yeah, we're doing areas without whip right now. Oh, the beetle calibration a little bit off, but I do not see the other one. I guess it was a bottle or something.
I can't see it either.
Yeah, you can peek the other one in a single flight. I actually used like the home menu and I peek the first rupee whilst I'm pausing for the home menu and then turn around for the other one because I find it hard to get it all in one. I love running out of stamina onto that cliff tier or the Boko base chest. So satisfying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Jim, I guess not really getting anything out of Sansi. Huh. Was it just a bottle Baron blocking it then?
Maybe.
It looks like it was. My guess is Jas is probably gonna come here at some point, but that isn't very good for Jim, at least for now. He's gonna appear behind, and you know, we know that he isn't nearly as behind as he looks because he did all Sansi, but yeah, that's a bit scary for Jim. He is. Oh yeah, true. Never mind. Nehru's had hinted ETKP. How could I forget?
Honestly, with that, I think that both our runners here can pretty much all dungeons, with the exception of getting the whip. So,
I mean, both dungeons works too.
yeah, Skyview and ET, yeah.
You mean ET and AC? Oh wait, no, without whip.
Can't be AC because of whip. Yeah.
Okay. I was getting confused. I was like, well, we have 2 dungeons left, so both dungeons make sense. Yeah. No, my brain's not braining. To
be fair, I worded that incredibly poorly.
Long day. It's 9:40 p.m. Brain doesn't brain sometimes. I'm so awake. I'm so EP right now.
There's the 3rd bow on Jim's end.
Hog.
Neat.
Also, Jas having to bait that like watcher guy down the slope so that he could run up, because if you just went for it,
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, that's a thing you can do. Like, if you get caught at the end of Din's trial there, you can save it by just, like, baiting that guy down the slope, and then you get enough time to grab that ledge. Oh my gosh, is that TMS knowledge? It's pretty early for TMS knowledge.
Yeah.
Dang. Probably gonna see TMS again, then. I mean, we are, definitely. I can't imagine Jess leaving Shed Chest.
I guess maybe Jim might. I feel like Jim should complete the trial. It would make sense why.
Yeah. Probably chest on cliff and Boko base pinging, I imagine, is why Bellows is required.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking. It could be other places as well.
But there's also 2 checks on Skyloft, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few Gus Bellows checks, so it could be quite a few things.
Jim full clearing Beetle now. I wonder, did they actually do Oriel and Paro? I guess they...
I don't think they would have had to because a bottle was not required. Well,
when they got that hint, they didn't know if that meant that was a key piece was on like Oriel or something. I mean, now we know that the bottle's not required for sure because we have access to it. But back then,
right? Yeah.
They could have done it. So I don't know if they did, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, because how the hints work, like that bottle could be. That bottle specifically could be not required, but it could still, like a bottle before it in logic could be required if it like locks it or something.
Yeah. Correct. Smoothie. Yeah, the summit checks in Boko base are still part of the Boko base region. So yeah, now we're doing Skyloft stuff on both sides. Jas probably hoping for whip here. He also knows that Gust Bellows are required, so that adds extra kind of weight onto this. And yeah, earrings would be it would unlock some stuff for us too, definitely. Once we get Mogma Mitts. So yeah, now Jim's doing this this Farron stuff that that Jas did. But Jas has got item from Corlin, which does have a Tringle. Ooh.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. So Jazz is just a Triforce and a whip away from go.
Yeah, as soon as he gets that Nehru.
Oh, and Neighbors, of course.
Yeah. He'll know about that. Jim has the hint, Jas has the harp. They just need to like combine them, and then they can enter ET.
Yeah, I think Jim will get the harp very shortly, as he is making his way pretty swiftly towards it.
Yeah, Jim is traveling fast into this area. Beware. High-speed Jims approaching. Stand by.
Where was the Tringle in Farron? I missed that, apparently.
Floriador Rupee?
Oh, right, yeah, that's true, that's true. And Jazz can get TMS here. Neat.
Yippee.
Yippee. Jasnix now gets to suffer less in Horde.
Yeah, I guess Gust Bellows could lead to Whip or Tringle. I don't think Jim did... Yeah, no, Jim doesn't have it yet. So could still be like, I don't know, Mogma Mitts on Malara for something on like Boko-based Summit, or even Earrings. Like, it could be something leading to something else, but... You know, the end result has got to be Whip or Triforce. Like, that's what's gonna resolve to. Right, Bertie paying Jasnix is 300 monies. And Jim is going... he's going. Honestly, I don't know what he left in Lanayru. I'm gonna be honest. He's doing his thing. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Honestly, Pippi, I can relate to this a lot. Like, I once had a clip of me swimming in Floria, and then someone like told me like, hey, if you like don't spin right at the waterfall at the start, you can like adjust your angle a little bit, and if you time your spins right, you can make it really fast. And swimming in Skyward Sword is very fun, but doing it in Floria, like, it is jank. It requires like a specific way of moving. It is, yeah. It's definitely how the jank works. But to be honest, you could say that about all of Skyward Sword, and that's why I love it. Alright, we bat 40ing, and that was a bug net. I hope Jasnix collects it, though he might not, because this is kind of winners bracket finals, but it would be funny if he did. I mean, if I was in his position, I might not, but because, you know, it tournament, but I do like the bug net. Yeah, honestly, Joshy, like, if I... Also, there's the Ikikipi.
ETTP.
Yeah, like, if I don't form a habit, like, where I do something a specific way every time, and I do it a slightly different way every time, I start getting forgetful more. And so, in Rando, even though it's like a slight time loss, because I could just check it while running with my B-wheel, I like just opening the inventory first thing so that I make sure that I remember my starting item. Because if I just kind of check it as I go, I just find that I forget it more. I have to just form a habit. Better for my brain. So yeah, we got our ET Keepy, and now Jim maybe has a little advantage over Jess. And I guess this Elden climb might be marginally faster than the statue. Oh, that's a good idea, Pippi. Maybe I should steal that, opening it into loading zones. That's a cool idea. Honestly, like, in SSHDR, I have, like... I do like the shorter loading zones, but it is hard to process things that fast and go like, oh my gosh, I gotta track, I gotta think about what items I just got.
Honestly, I do feel like Skyward Sword is like a game where it's hard to play and track and think all at the same time. It's just, yeah, I'll find that I'll be trying to track something and, oh wait, the game's already loaded, or I'll try and keep track of this, like, oh wait, no, gotta keep playing. Hard to juggle, I feel like, with this game. It's just like, Skyward Sword feels very, very fast-paced, but yeah, anyway, Jim entering Earth Temple. Should be able to do it at full speed, basically, with no real drama.
Oh, Lou, I think I've seen the clip for that. Was it, like, on, like, the... like, Zora's River area? I don't exactly know what it's called, but I have an image of it in my mind, like, Upper Zora's River or something. Yeah. Oh no. Nice, Los Alphos on the camera. Oh, Nehru's Wisdom is the first check in Sansi. Which Jazz is about to do. Yeah, and Jazz has Bellows, so yeah, very close. This is what you want for winners bracket finals, definitely.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Looks like Jim is doing bit because he used motion controls. Yep. Alright, so with Quick Beetle, it's no tough beetle, but it might be marginally faster to do this. Because the chest is pinging and we can go backwards and then Death Warp. Yeah, this is a thing you can do. It'll be pretty cool. We'll still get the rupee check. Wait, no, what am I saying? The rupee check is dead. That's why he's doing this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Rupee check was a not required bottle. Right. Okay. My brain is holding itself together. I'm trying.
Yeah, Jim doing the pivot RBM just to yeah, because he I don't think he'll get the Rubian tunnel. Or was that hinted? I can't quite remember now. I think that was hinted. Yes, it was bottle not required. Yes. So yeah, I think if you don't have to go through the tunnel, that RBM is just quicker every time.
Baseball, I think that's extremely relatable. Whippers.
Right. So yeah, yeah, not much to comment on right now. Jim's kind of just trudging through. ET Jazz is just kind of going through what Jim's done.
He is going for the statue warp. I don't think it's faster after warping to start. Like, maybe going to the pirate statue is faster, but honestly, this is such an awkward warp to start to like guesstimate on statue flying timings.
Yeah.
Like, you can't blame either thing here. The good thing is it's at least close. Yeah, I think all of Skipper's was dead. But honestly, nothing I say is guaranteed to be true, clearly, because I can easily get things wrong. Because I think we got Strack is dead. I think one thing that could actually decide this race is the Triforce that Jas got on Colin.
Right.
Because Jim's gonna, like, orphan that, basically. Like, it's very isolated for Jim. It's just kind of another one of those Skyloft checks that is very easily orphanable. And, you know, Jim might seem ahead now because he hasn't done Din's trial yet. But, like, honestly, that could make up some time for Jas.
Yeah, 100%.
That seems like it could be, could be, honestly, a big thing this race. Nice hop cancel again. And there we go. ETTP and D.
D.
Yeah.
Still kind of wondering where the whip and the last Tringle are.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a whip in ET, which is surprising. Or
Did
a
we
triple.
Did we find anything required by cosplayers yet?
No, actually. Well, we found crystals, but we've done all of Patro at this point. Chess, that was an impressive break slide, but he didn't finish the trial, so he couldn't go into a cutscene. I'm sad. Oh my gosh, that was the fastest Scaldera possible from Jim.
Yeah, having Mars Sword really does speed up the fight, and on top of that, it was also just really well executed.
He hit it, then spin attacked the eye into the bomb, and then spin attacked the eye again before it even did the sucky thing, like Bombless Scaldera, except without the Skyward Strike, and then he finished it in 2 cycles.
Yeah, very clean.
Yeah, I just kind of...
Oh, there's the whip.
Oh, there we go. I just kind of like...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think, okay, no, Jim is still 2 items from go. He still needs 2 of the Triforces, one that Jazz has over him.
Yeah, on Colin. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I often YOLO Master Sword Scaldera, and just usually get it in 2 cycles, but that's way faster. And by way faster, I mean like 10 seconds. But it was very cool. I guess it has to be Triforce and Boko base, because, well, I guess it could be like earrings, but, or spiral charge, but point is we're effectively in no mode on Restream. Like, we know what our final required thing is. We don't know how long it's going to take to get it, but there's nothing that could, like, that they could get that wouldn't just be a single item leading to something. Like, they're not going to get a thing in Boko base that's going to require another thing to, like, get a check that it unlocks. So,
Right, yeah.
yeah, I guess... Oh, I guess we're not in no mode, because, yeah, Mogma Mitts, as you say. So yeah, Mogma Mitts, we need. Oh no, he went too early on the harp cancel.
That's like the worst way of doing it.
Oh no. Jimothy, I'm so sorry. Crawling. Every day we're crawling to victory in this rando.
Jim got it that time, so pretty cool.
Yeah. Got the harp cancel on the next one. So yeah, now they are doing the thing that the other hasn't, and it is very close with, and the only thing like between them is like Colin now. That's what matters right now.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So Jim avoided the harp cutscene by doing a thing called harp cancel. There's a specific timing where you can press B, like just as the final petal is appearing as you enter a silent realm. It was discovered by him, I believe, I think, and yeah, you skip the singing cutscene. You have like I don't actually know the frame window on the Wii version. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's frame perfect. Well, it's a 3-frame trick. I know it's a 3-frame trick on HD. Is the same true for SD? Because I've never actually like seen a thing on it. 3 frames would make sense though. That feels about right for SD. It's interesting how it's like the same but worse on HD because 3 in 60 is like frame and a half perfect. Oh my gosh, Smoothie, that sounds wonderful. If you have Premiere Pro and Determination, that's the best recipe for success and memes. Honestly. Some working on projects. That watcher cycle can be a bit annoying. Oh, that sounds right. Key UB.
Yeah, I believe it was 2018. Yeah, I remember it being discovered. I've been around for that long.
Yeah. No peg skip for Jess. Oh, I think he was going for some sort of side hop. But you can just do a normal like hop off the boulder with an A press there as well. Oh wait, no, he needs to go to the room of the west. And this bombable wall. Yeah, Jim, he's gonna complete this trial. It's not gonna be needed because I think it was a sword, right? But you know, it's the equivalent of a like an unknown item on a trial is at least possibly required, so it's like better than a pinging chest because it can't have anything not required in it. So it's like slightly better than the pinging chest, so yeah, very understandable that he'd not want to gamble this. It would be very risky. Yeah, I know there's like a clip of Jim like accidentally doing harp cancel and being like, "Is the trial not there?"
Yeah, because it removes the text of the trial because you don't do the cutscene. But yeah. I remember at the time it was like, because the run was like 5 hours long, and at the time the game was relatively seen as unbreakable. It was like a few minute time save was like a pretty big thing back in 2018.
I mean, someone discovered a new method of mass skip recently. By like hopping onto this little like bit near the ladder and then
Right.
getting hit by the electricity and using the iframes to like hop down and do dungeon exit mass skip more easily. And like that is I think it was like timed to be faster for HD any percent by like 15 seconds or something, and Even though it's 15 seconds, like again, a new discovery like that is really cool to see.
Especially in something like HD any percent, where it's actually like even though it's 4 hours long, it's pretty optimized.
It's so optimized, like how close they are to the sum of bests in that game. It's very like movement based because you go through the whole game.
Oh yeah.
Except Song of the Hero, pretty much. So, yeah.
D number 2 for Jazz.
Yeah, time save like that is pretty good for HD.
Have we seen item on burst nests before?
I think so. I think it was a bottle on Jasnix's side.
It might have been. You're right. Yeah.
I remember him backflipping off of it into the water.
Yeah, it could very likely be Boko base. Could just be what that was hinting towards. But we still need the other mitts for that. It was bottle. Yeah. Yeah, we still need the other mitts for Boko base. So, wonder where that is.
He kept up with the run. And then yeah, let's figure this out. Yeah. Yeah, we have seen Melara. I think it was crystals. So this is the part where we ask what we've got left. We have Beatrice, Kikwis.
Still haven't seen the hints.
Oriel and Paro can't be anything, so wait, is it just that?
I think so.
Is it just Beatrice and Kikwis?
There must be something that we're forgetting, surely.
Right? No. Oh wait, no, we have Whip. We have Whip. Bruh, it's all of system.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Never trust me when I'm tired. Never. I'm too EP. Oh my gosh. Like, it's like they can do the whole dungeon.
To be fair, I feel like Jim's already done like a decent chunk of AC, so in my brain it was like, oh, I've already seen it, right? But no, he can do the rest of the dungeon.
The EP keepy. The way they're clearing the seed right now, it makes me think that like we don't have Whip.
Right, yeah. I mean, especially because like, you know, other than Ancient System, Whip just isn't really that useful in this seed. I guess Skippers, but that was nothing basically.
Yeah. Well, I guess Beatrice and Kikwis like could still be on there. Probably won't be, but could be. Man, all the chat emotes made me yawn. Yeah, both. Oh my gosh, this is like so synced. Look at this. Oh my gosh, is that all these sleep emotes are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Getting a sleep emote showcase.
But yeah, both runners now basically entering System. Is this the first time Jazz is entering System? Or is you? No. Both have already done System once. I have the memory of a goldfish apparently. So yeah, no one's really above each other at this point. Both are kind of vibing through the dungeon with having done the same amount of stuff. Actually, this might be the Jim's first time with the dungeon. He hasn't got that. Oh, there's the Mugwits on Jazz's side.
Okay. That is effectively Jazz in no mode. So Jazz is gonna act like he's in go mode. He's gonna, like, you know, go straight to the end. No?
Probably would, I'd imagine.
Huh? Is he not gonna send... I'm confused why he's not going... Oh, no small key. I see, I see. Well, I guess skipping the small key did come back to bite him. Oh, did Jim... Maybe Jim didn't dip System.
I thought we saw both runners do it, but yeah, I guess maybe it was just Jazz.
Yeah, there's no
Also-
reason why he'd come into this room if not, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Also, Jim getting all the money like ever.
Yeah.
It's weird how like how exponentially while it's just scale up, you go from like 300 to 500 to 1,000, and then you blink and you're okay, 9,000. Cool, that's a lot of money.
That's so true, though. That's so true. You literally you breathe twice, and then it's like great. We're at like 6,054.
Yeah. Like cool. I just like septupled my wallet count. That's a word.
Yep.
C, by the way.
C. For cranberries. Cranberries are nice. C. Smile. C for Colin.
C for Colin.
Yeah, this is close. I think Jim may have a slight disadvantage. He has to get Colin still.
He does, right? Yeah.
And they're in a very similar position right now. Honestly, oh, nice peek there. Honestly, this might have come down to like weird small routing things. Oh yeah, and he can't skip system. This is true. This is true. I mean, he can, but like he won't. So yeah, before system, I guess it was like small things like fire node, routing and stuff like that. Well, Ghost Bellows is required, and Chest on Cliff is pinging, and we checked the other Ghost Bellows locations, so unless I'm forgetting something, it has to be that pinging chest. Yeah, Jim, I think will know that, but he has to get Colin. But he is going. Like, is he like skipping? What's he skipping right now? Or is he going back in?
He's skipping like the left side of system, I believe. So
like, did he get Whiphook and Vines, or were they just not pinging?
I don't think they're. I mean, yeah. Jasnix didn't get them either, so they probably just weren't pinging.
Yeah, I don't know if Bosky Chest was pinging either. So at least Boko, which is a fair gamble to make in winners bracket final. Okay.
They went okay, right.
I guess if all of those weren't pinging, this is only a Boko gamble, which is definitely good for Jim. I like this. I think when you know you're up against an opponent that is very close to you. Yeah. Definitely makes sense. Oh, I guess we might have done deduced key on Boko. Never mind. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention that much to the system pings, so...
Deducing keys is just like hard if you're not in the seed. If you're just like watching it, it's like it's not something you think about. When you're playing it, it's probably gonna cross your mind, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jazz just going straight to, I assume, Boko base, just fully sending it. I think it's probably in his mind as well. Like, yep, this is where the Tringle is.
Is this faster than using like the Floria statue and just going to East Volcano?
I think that in general, fire warping is quicker in most scenarios, and this one I'm actually not entirely sure.
It's probably close.
Maybe flying might have been quicker as I'm replaying it in my head, but it's honestly, yeah, very close.
Either way, Jas is... I mean, this is probably go mode for him. Could just be, like, earrings or spiral charge, but he is very definitively, like, in the lead at this point.
Could be another bottle.
A few minutes.
Actually, no, it couldn't. Actually, no, it couldn't be with the hints. No, it couldn't be.
Yeah, like, I feel like flying would be would maybe be faster this time. But it's a weird one. You can't time everything because there are like infinite scenarios you can create in SS Rando. I mean, not infinite, but like almost infinite.
There's a lot, yeah.
You can't time them all. Just gotta time the most important ones. Yeah, this is gonna be something good. Nice quick cancel. Yeah, Jim going to Boko base would make a lot of sense. And yeah, that is
there we go.
Mode.
Let's go for Jazz.
Yeah, not even earrings. We are just in go now. So, yeah. No EP earrings. Yeah. So, yeah. From Jas's point of view, I think this is a pretty, like, normal-ish amount of locations left. I think this really just came down to Colin, honestly. Like, when I think about it. Might have come down to Colin, which is a weird thing to think about. Because Colin is not usually that relevant. Yeah. So, definitely Jas's race to lose. But it was very close for, like, most of it. Honestly.
Definitely. Oh yeah, for sure.
It was very fun seeing, Oh, that was earrings!
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, it was very fun seeing, these two runners play. Always is.
Yeah, both of them are very, very quick, very, very good at what they do. Yeah, always a masterclass in randomizer execution and routing.
Yeah, true. If Jim can come back from this, because this is still technically only game 1, so it would feel really bad for Jas if like Jim won this set just due to his capture card messing up in the end. But hey, it is what it is, and that stuff just kind of happens in tournaments, you know? Matches might have difficulty scheduling, might get other issues, that is just kind of life being unfair. So, just how it is sometimes.
There is always like an element of luck to end games or to late games in Rando, where a lot of it is just like who finds the item first, and there's a lot you can do to try and put yourself in situations where you're not gonna get screwed over by the seed, but sometimes it just happens, especially with a game like Skyward Sword where you end up potentially skipping like tens of checks and things like that. So like
By the way,
yeah.
that was a textbook horde skip, and
Oh, definitely.
a very nice sailcloth pull. I love that Jim brought his beetle back to him. Some nice cutscene skipping in the fire dragon room. Whilst Jas is just finishing up Horde right now. Very clean.
Yeah.
Got TMS, so it is oh, there's Billy right there.
We love Billy, yeah. But yeah, no. Whilst Jazz is making light work of the end game, I just want to confirm a few things. So this is technically game 1, as you can see in the pinned comment, and also as I've been saying a few times. The previous game 1 had to be nulled because of technical issues, and no one ended up finishing the seed. It was initially scheduled that there would be the next game would be after this one, but the runners have decided to do game 2 and game 3 tomorrow. So that is what's going to happen. I believe the runners will be joining us for an interview after this, or at least we'll have the option to do so. And yeah. Yeah, there's Jazz with the first phase of Gurham 3. As I said, light work.
Jim going back to Farron. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I find like Academy is quite an awkward place sometimes, because it's like a lot of it is like kind of Sphere Zero, and a lot of the non-Sphere Zero checks are they take a while to do on their own. So normally there's always like something better to be had. And
Jim,
so, yeah.
From Jim's point of view, this is like a 1 in 3 now, right? Because he has 3 checks successful: Colin, Beatrice, and this.
Yeah.
So I can't blame him. I mean, this is exactly what I did in like one time in one of my games, so you really can't blame him. Like, this far into the seed, making a play like this when you know that Jasnix hasn't finished yet, even if it's probably gonna, you know, not pay off, you just gotta chance it, because you know, we're late
for
into
sure,
the seed now. Yeah.
So
I
sometimes you
can't
just
blame
gotta
him.
gamble.
Yeah. Close match. Cannot blame him. But Jas is doing demise. You can't hear it, but Coconut Mall is playing.
Oh my god, it is.
Dude,
That's actually great.
I've
I just turned on Jazz's audio. It's just
Yeah.
great.
I've listened to Coconut Mall in a minor key in 6.
Oh, here we go.
It's great.
Now I can all hear Demise get obliterated whilst
Oh my
also
God.
being coconut mauled. And there we go.
GG.
GG's to Jasnix.
I love that the music is going like like as we're like finishing a tense match.
Yeah, it's like honestly just couldn't be more hilarious. Yeah, fun time all on 57-58.
Yes. And we
Big
will
GG's to Jasnix taking taking game 1.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, no, good race on both ends, to be honest. And here we are. We are joined by our 2 runners, Jasnix and Gymnast. GG's to you both.
GG's.
Hello. GG's. Hello. GG's.
Yeah, so before we get into like the little details of the seed, I want to ask, how do you guys feel about that game?
I mean, execution-wise, I felt like it was mostly fine. Just, I never went to get item from Colin.
Yeah. That was like a very big deciding factor of this race, I would say. it was very close for most of it.
Yeah, I think that for a lot of this game, both were actually very, very close. There are like a few very small divergences. Like I think like at one point, for example, Jim, you were able to get the bomb bag earlier than Jasnix because you had the money to do so. And I think likewise, Jasnix, you actually had the hook beetle before Jim and Lineru, so you were able to just like single trip fire node. So there's like a few small things like that, but just in general, they